Okay, hello there everyone. If you have been watching people run this game recently, or if you've looked at my YouTube channel recently, then you've probably noticed that we found a new skip here in Chapter 9 Checkpoint C, and I think it's about time I actually tell you how the skip works. But before then, I'm showing you what this skip actually skips, which is this elevator that we have come to know as the beverage lift because of the voice that tells you about the gift shop. And you wait in here for about a minute or something. It's a very long elevator, one of the longest in the game. So we found a way to skip it, so we don't have to wait here anymore. So instead of waiting here, let's actually tell you how it works. So, Chapter 9, Checkpoint C. Let me kill everyone, and then we'll continue on with this explanation. Okay, everyone's dead. Let's begin. Now, I guess the first thing I should show you is what happens, well, how this elevator works pretty much. What kind of enabled this skip to work is I found a way to make this elevator go up without the doors closing. So they stay open as you go up, and that's very important. Now, the way this elevator works is you press this button, and then 5 or 6 seconds later, these doors open. And then you go in and press the button and the elevator goes up. Now, it has been known for a long time that you can press the elevator button from the outside right here. And if you do that, well, I'll just go ahead and show you because this is important. You press the button from the outside, and when the elevator starts to move up, you move up with it, and it kind of bounces you. And that's also useful for how the skip works. It unloaded the room there, by the way. So that's what happens there. Now I'll show you how we found out how to actually use this. Before I continue on too much, this is a pretty complicated skip and it's very hard to explain, but I'm going to try my best, so just bear with me and hopefully it'll go okay. It might take a while because it's pretty complicated, but I'll try. Now I'm going to kill everyone again. Okay, so what we do to make this work, and it's actually pretty simple. You have to be playing on PC because you use the slide glitch, which is how you activate buttons and stuff without actually showing the animation to press them. I'm assuming you all know how the slide glitch works. If not, just come ask me sometime or whatever. But you activate this button here, which calls the elevator, and in the 5 to 6 seconds it takes for these doors to open, you have to press the button on the inside. You have to press the button on the inside of the elevator before the doors open, and after you press the button that calls the elevator. That's how this works. If you call the elevator and then the doors open, and then you press the button on the inside of the elevator, the doors will close and it goes up without you. And I already showed you what happened if you press the button on the inside without pressing this button. So all you do, you press this button, and then a few seconds later, you press this button. If you press the button on the inside right away after pressing the other button, the elevator will leave without you before the doors open. So wait a few seconds before you press it. If you try this yourself, I'm sure you'll figure that out before too long. The doors open and you get inside, and then the elevator goes up all by itself with the doors open. That's the first part of this. There are two parts to the skip, and now for the complicated part. There are a couple ways to do this part. I'll try to show you both of them. After I found out the skip was possible, Rigert found a consistent way using pause buffering, and then after that I found a consistent way that uses reaction time. So I'll show you both of those, and depending on how fast your computer loads will probably determine which one you use. The one for reaction time that I use, you need to have a computer that will load pretty quickly because you don't pause the game at all. It relies completely on slowing down your falling with reaction time while it loads. But I should probably explain what actually happens here. Once you reach a certain point going up in this elevator, it will unload the room I was just in, and then it will load the elevator shaft around the elevator. And all we do is we get out of the elevator as it's moving up, and we move to a point where the elevator shaft is, and then when it loads, we hopefully land inside of it somewhere where we won't die. And that's all it is. I'll go ahead and show Riggert's way first because it kind of it's easier to see how the loading works when you do that, and then I'll show my way after that. Now it might take me a few tries because I don't use this way nearly as much, but I will try. Now the first part of this is to get on the side of the elevator here, and I'm hoping you can see my cursor right here. This building I'm going to pass, and as soon as you pass this building, that is when you get off of the elevator. Now, because of that bounce I showed you earlier, you'll still be moving up a little bit, which is good, otherwise this probably wouldn't work. So after you pass this ledge here, you step out very slowly to the side. So like I tap A and I fall out of the elevator. You don't want to go fast out of the elevator, otherwise you will move too far away from where the elevator shaft loads. Okay, so um, I didn't really mean to fall out there, but I guess that works because I passed this ledge. This probably won't work, but I'll just show you kind of what happens here. Now for this way, once you step out of the elevator sideways, you turn your camera a little bit to the right, I'll show you where, and then you tap W so you move forward a little bit. Right now the game thinks that you're still in the elevator, so you can still walk around a little bit even though you're not standing on anything. It thinks you are. So you aim the camera to the right a bit, and you hold W for like half a second or just tap it, so you move a little bit forward to where the elevator shaft is. And then, let's see here. So I do that, and then right there, I started to fall really fast. That is where you need to pause the first time. Once you start falling really fast, that is when you triggered the previous room to unload. So you pause when you start to fall, and it will unload the room. Now, no matter how long you leave this pause, it won't load the elevator shaft until you unpause and then pause again. So I unpause and pause again, and it loaded the elevator shaft. Now, if this was done correctly, which I don't think it was this time because I'm trying to explain it, you would land on a little ledge on the side of the elevator shaft, and from there you could walk to where you need to go. So I'll unpause, and I'll probably won't land on it, but then I'll go ahead and cut to when I actually do land on it. But we are in the elevator shaft, as you can see. So now let's actually get this skip. I guess something I should say also is if you land outside of the elevator shaft, I'm like inside of the wall right now, which doesn't usually happen, but if you land outside the elevator shaft, then you probably didn't aim enough to the right or you didn't hold W for long enough. I'm not sure if I specified where I aim when I step off the elevator, but you can probably see here I aim off to the right towards this building. And if it all goes according to plan, I land on a little ledge inside the elevator shaft right here. This is what needs to happen. It's pretty precise because you have to land on this ledge. And then once you do, you walk off over onto this ledge. You can't jump right now because the game thinks you're in an elevator. But you walk off to here, and you can't climb this ladder because the game also still thinks you're in an elevator. You can't do anything except move. So once you actually land here, you kill yourself, and then you spawn by the ladder, and then you can move like normal, and that's kind of what the skip actually does, is you skip waiting in the elevator up there. So that's Riggert's way. It's pretty precise, but if your computer loads slowly, that might be the better option because you can just pause buffer it. Although you could probably pause buffer my way as well, which I'll go ahead and show you now. Okay, I'm going to show you how my way works now, and I'm also going to show the beginning of this room so you know how I do it. I disarm this guy to get his gun, and then I run over here and I kill the heavy gunner. I kill him because you're standing in front of these doors longer than normal, and it's fairly likely that he will kill you if you don't kill him. So for my way, it's up till you get off the elevator, it's exactly the same. I get off the elevator to the same place, which is when I pass this building up here. Except when I pass that, I activate reaction time, and then I step off the same way as normal with A. So I just fall straight down, and I don't move off to the side at all. And then once I fall off, I turn around to the right and I aim towards the middle of the ocean, as you'll see here in a second. So reaction time, I fall off, and then I turn this way and I aim towards the middle of the ocean, or maybe a little bit to the left of the middle, and then I just hold W. And then, there you go. If it goes according to plan, you land right by the ladder here. You get the checkpoint, and then you kill yourself. Both ways can take a while to actually learn. I think my way is easier, but maybe that's just me. If you have a slow loading computer, I'm sure you can still do my way with pause buffering if you want. But yeah, that's how mine works. I'll show you it. I'll show you the whole skip now using that way because I'm much better at it. And I don't think it's quite as precise because you don't have such a small area to land in. So we'll see if we can get the full skip here. And then that's the Chapter 9 Checkpoint C skip. That skips the elevator. Alright, reaction time, fallout. I aim this way, aim towards the middle of the ocean and hold W. And then if it goes according to plan, you land here. Now if I walked forward there before the floor in front of the ladder loaded, I would fall down, but then there's a ledge down there somewhere that would kill me and it would be fine. But that is the skip. It saves waiting in the elevator. It was timed to save between 35 and 40 seconds depending on how fast you do it, in real time at least. If you cut out loading time, I have absolutely no idea how much it would save, or if it would save at all. But since we pretty much always just time in real time, this saves almost 40 seconds and is, once you learn it, it's not so bad, but it can be quite difficult to learn. But yes, that is the Chapter 9 skip. Thank you all for watching. And I think next I'm going to make some proper tutorials for Chapter 7 and Chapter 4 and stuff, because I never did that. So I'll see you all then. Good luck learning the skip.